Hey guys, and welcome back to Fringe Friday. I am Carmen. Today we are watching season 1, episode 14 of Fringe. I, as always, am excited to get into it because I really love this show. We had a lot of interesting things happen last week. You know, we had people transforming into whatever the hell that was. My guess, porcupine person, you know? I don't know. We also had Olivia finally getting to have some proper closure with John Scott. She learned the truth, which is that he was not the bad guy that she thought that he was. And I think now going forward, she is going to be able to trust her mind and her heart a little bit more. And I'm very happy for her for that. We also met Conrad, and he is in jail now. We had some undercover work for Peter and Olivia, which was very funny. And, you know, I don't know. It was just another fun episode, and I think that I still know very little of what's going on, but I am happy to be on this ride and learn more as each episode progresses. So let's do that right now and watch this episode.
Can you describe to me again what you made, what Lope was stealing?
Why don't you tell her the truth this time?
Is it something that could have helped Jones escape?
Yeah.
It was a transportation device. I called it Disray.
Are you saying that you created...
A teleportation system. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that Jones, in theory, could have zapped himself out of prison?
Yeah. That's what he did.
Hey, I like these. You don't see the $2 very often. Oh, God. Oh. There's something in my eyes.
Is it from the $2 bill?
Oh, God.
Tommy, you
Oh, my eyes.
Melt. That was the observer. I finally saw him again. But this guy's like melting. His face though. Okay, why? He's just a guy who works at a newspaper stand. Why?
I know about David Robert Jones. I know that you helped him escape. And that you kidnapped me on that same night.
Yeah.
You know where Jones is.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you find Jones or not. He's just a part of the Army.
Part of the Army?
What was written will come to pass.
Okay. Are you a freaking biblical prophet?
Two thoughts come to mind. The first, that this affliction might have been caused by a mutation, changing these lipids to recognize and seal any and all orifices. The other was coffee cake.
Once again, my father.
Coffee cake is good, to be fair.
What interest would he have in a newsstand operator?
That's what I was saying.
So I called a contact at the German authorities and asked him to search any known document with those initials.
Okay, so what's like a Bible thing? What?
Zerstörung durch Fortschritt der Technologie. Destruction by advancement of technology.
I was hoping that you might have one of your
Contacts?
weird connections.
Weird connections.
You're always a little weird.
Well, you're always a little weird.
$5. I could name at least one item on your nightstand, Olivia Dunham. Toni Morrison novel, something by Obama, and/or the current issue of Bon Appetit.
I'm reading Advanced Forensic Science by Annerman. I keep it next to my gun.
I like this one.
This one's just a friend and we need a favor.
Peter says you're good.
Well, he also says that you're just a friend, so...
I need a search warrant authorized.
Sir,
Yeah, a warehouse and all.
sir, this can't wait.
What is it?
There's a man downstairs, says his name is David Robert Jones.
What if it's really him? Oh fuck, it really is him. Why would he just walk in
I will speak only with Agent Olivia Dunham.
What's happening to him? He wants Walter to help. That's why he came.
Let me in there.
Jones doesn't get to dictate the terms of his captivity.
He wouldn't be captive if it wasn't under his terms.
Yeah.
But the United States doesn't negotiate with terrorists.
And that's exactly the kind of arrogance he's expecting. The man was clever enough to Star Trek himself out of a maximum security German prison.
I was waiting for the Star Trek reference.
I don't see any harm.
This isn't a gentleman's club, Miss Dunham. Mr. Jones doesn't just get to choose the pretty one. You want to get him to talk? Join the raid on that warehouse in Austin. See what you find.
I hate him so much.
Show me some hard evidence that connects him to that incident downtown.
Like, he's a predator. Why does he have to turn everything sexual? I know, it's because he's a fucking predator.
Where you headed?
We're going to raid a building that we think may be a safe house.
Uh-huh. I mean, what's the point of raiding a building when you know he's not there anymore? He probably told his people to all leave. You know? Oh no, don't touch that $2 bill. Don't touch it. I think that might have the contagion on it.
Let's lock it up and get back.
He touched it, didn't he? Is he not wearing gloves? Do gloves not matter?
What the hell?
She just knows how to do a trach.
No!
Oh, because it closes up all openings. It's a $2 bill though. Something on that $2 bill. This is proof that Jones has to do with it though, right? Like hard fucking proof.
Whoa! What's happening in there?
Now you're alone.
You were responsible for what happened to Thomas Avery.
An example that doesn't need to be followed.
Well, that implies that you're planning something else.
Something far worse, yes. I need your services.
What the hell do you want?
He needs Walter to help him because of whatever's happening after.
I need you to pass a test.
Moving things. Wait, what?
Take the key, which I assume is in forensics. Go to Salem at the amusement park on Policy Street. I've left something there for you.
Before anything, you are going to disable that.
You are.
We need every white van rented within the last 48 hours tracked down. In the meantime, I need 2 hours alone.
Why? Where are you going?
To get a massage. I'll tell you when I get back.
I love her.
It reads like a happy combo between an anti-science manifesto and a call to arms.
Call to arms against whom?
Scientists?
I must read you one excerpt.
Okay.
We think we understand reality, but our universe is only one of many. The unknown truth is that the way to travel between them has already been discovered.
Is he sending her to another universe?
The negative aspects of such visitations will be irreversible both to our world and to theirs. It will begin with a series of unnatural occurrences, difficult to notice at first, but growing, not unlike a cancer, until a simple fact becomes undeniable.
What?
Only one world will survive. And it will either be us
Or them?
or them.
Okay.
Do the first test only. Complete it successfully and come back to see me. Do this and no one else will die.
We only have 8 hours left until his next attack.
Yeah. Hurry. You got past this test.
Turn switch on. The recruit sits no more than 24 inches from the device, but cannot touch the light board. The object of the test is to systematically shut down the lights so that ultimately, none are illuminated.
How?
Psychically?
Before they can be considered soldiers, they must be regarded as recruits.
So he wants her to be a soldier? In his army?
Fine.
We just got a hit. Steady Car Rentals in New Haven leased a white van yesterday morning to one Olivia Dunham.
I will not let him use that device again. If you're gonna meet with Jones, I want full surveillance this time.
Sir, the last time you got your way, we lost a good agent. Do you really want to get in the way again?
It's a good question.
Would you please let me handle this?
Yeah, walk away. Thank you.
You were among those treated with a Cortexiphan. It's why we had you taken. We needed confirmation.
I have never been treated with Cortexiphan. I haven't even heard of it.
You wouldn't have.
Well, I don't believe you, Mr. Jones.
What is Cortexiphan?
This is no game.
You need to cooperate, Mr. Jones.
No, Miss Dunham.
You do?
It is you who needs to cooperate.
Mr. Jones?
Pulse is slowing down 50 beats per minute.
Is this a patient? Walter, put the cow away.
Jean is just living her life. Don't make fun of her.
That drug Jones claims is in my body, Cortexiphan?
It's a drug patented, but not approved by the FDA.
Patented to whom?
To Massive Dynamic.
Mm-hmm. Of course, always.
You think we can trick him?
What are you asking me to do? You want me to open up the light box?
You could see what you could do.
What if he can turn all the lights off? What if Peter is from an alternate dimension?
Dr. Bell theorized that the human mind at birth is infinitely capable, and that every force it encounters is the beginning of a process he referred to as limitation.
And Cortexiphan?
It was meant to limit that limitation.
To prevent, not undo.
Meaning?
That the drug was administered to children.
Yeah.
Dr. Bell abandoned his research on Cortexiphan in 1983. Dr. Bell conducted the trials himself at Ohio State University, Worcester campus.
Nowhere else?
No.
So she wouldn't have had it, right? But she did somehow.
I locked the teleporter away for a reason. One of which you are now experiencing.
Nevertheless, it is an honor.
Does he believe it?
Well done, Miss Dunham. 923 Church Street, 47th floor.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. Maybe you shouldn't have cheated the way out of the other one.
It's rigged here for a reason. To blow out the windows.
4 blocks ain't gonna cut it.
Not even close.
I'm on it.
Hey, it's me. That son of a bitch knew what we were doing.
What?
He knew that we were faking him out. Put him on.
I think she can do it. I don't know how.
There's only one way to disable that device. And you know what that is.
If you don't deactivate this device, I'm gonna die, which means that your rare commodity is gone.
But I have one thing, Miss Dunham, that you do not.
What?
I have faith in you.
And if those lights are still on when the timer hits 0, the device blows.
Oh my God.
Okay, we need to get these people out of here.
She's gonna stay though.
Whoa, 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 where are you going?
She has to try. She has to try.
Olivia.
I need to do this. There's no other way.
If you stay here, you are going to die.
She has to try. She
I'm
has
not
to
doing
try.
this with you, Olivia.
Yes, you will.
You're out of your mind.
He's not gonna leave. I know he won't leave. I know he won't leave. You can do it. He's coming back. You can do it, girl. I have faith. Oh, cutting it mighty fucking close.
You did it. What was that? How did you do that?
Yeah.
She did it, didn't she?
Seems she did.
How did she do that though?
It wasn't me.
It had to have been you.
Why did Jones choose you at all?
Yeah.
Because of your father. He wanted to meet your father. He wanted to meet the man who designed the device.
I mean, that's what I thought originally as well, but I don't know.
Fine. Look, all I know is I didn't die tonight, so I'm pretty much willing to accept any explanation you want to give. You want to go get a drink? Or 5?
Jones was just transferred to Boston General, so I have a few questions for him.
He's gonna be gone or something.
I haven't overlooked the fact that you actually created a teleportation machine, which, despite the fact that using it kills you, is
very impressive.
Pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Kills you. It does something unthinkable, but it doesn't kill you.
Ooh, what the fuck does it do then? Astra, I need you to ask some questions, hon. Oh shit, is he in the other, like, dimension or something now? But we will not simply perish. The very fabric of our... I wasn't reading that! What we know is reality. Multiverse. So he's in just another universe. Right?
I was curious about that question you asked, whether there were other places where Cortexiphan was tested.
Uh-huh.
There was, it turns out, a second clinical trial.
Is it in Jacksonville, Florida?
In Jacksonville, Florida, at a military base.
Did Walter write ZFT? He did, didn't he? He wrote it. Right? Because there was a raised Y, right? Am I... Okay. Sorry. Sorry, you guys. Okay, I gotta see this real quick, though. I gotta see if am I feeling right on that? Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Okay. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Yep, I'm right. Okay. 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 So, yeah, no, the raised Y. Okay. There is a raised Y. So, Walter had to have written ZFT, right? Which is the destruction by advancement of technology, by means of technology, by technology. Anyway. So that's why David Robert Jones reveres him so much, because he knows that he's the author of ZFT, which is what they're wait. Maybe he's not the author. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe William Bell is the author, because he has the old typewriter, but the old typewriter is in, you know, Harvard, where they both used to work. So either Walter or William Bell wrote ZFT. And there's a multiverse. There's a multiverse. Does that mean that David Robert Jones is in another dimension? Also, like, how extensive is this multiverse? Is it like the idea that a parallel universe exists next to our universe, that things are similar but different? Like, they kind of said we're gonna survive, or they are. So is the multiverse just 2 universes, or is it more than that? And did Walter or William Bell write ZFT? Like, based off of the raised Y, it's one of them. But I don't know which one. So that's a question that I have. Also, Olivia apparently was tested using the Cortexiphan, that thing, which is supposed to expand your brain's ability to work. Not expand, it counteracts the shrinking of your brain, right? So William Bell had this theory that, you already know what William Bell had the theory of. I'm not going to explain it because that's pointless. But does that mean, you know how the one guy with, who they did that experiment on, and he made the elevator do that everything like accidentally. Is this sort of a version of that? Although his was like controlling electromagnetic pulses, right? It wasn't like his brain was doing it, I don't think. This is the idea that our brains are more powerful than we allow them to be, right? And so the idea of our brain having more abilities than... It's not accessible to everyone, right? Because not everyone had the stopping of the brain shrinking as a child. But Olivia did, because she was on the military base in Jacksonville. She was the second part of the second trial, which presumably the first trial was like a dud, right? It didn't work. And then they recalculated something for the second trial, and maybe it worked. At least that's kind of the presumption based off of Olivia and everything. My question too, though, is that Olivia said that when she was like, I guess it was in 81 or 83, I don't know. She was 3 and in Jacksonville, Florida, because her dad was stationed there. And my question, which is not relevant to the drug at all, but relevant to Olivia, is at what point did her parents divorce and her mom remarry the shitty abusive guy that she shot, you know? Because she was 8 when that happened, and she was 3 when this happened. There's not a great deal of years in between those two, so I'm just curious as to the timeline of that. And was her sister born yet? When was her sister born? Was her sister a part of this as well? How old was she, you know? I don't know. Questions that do not have answers as of present time. Based off of this episode, I think the answers that we got, and tell me if I'm completely wrong, unless it's a spoiler, but David Robert Jones, Loeb, this group of people consider themselves a part of an army based off of this ZFT manuscript, which they consider sort of their Bible. They consider it a prophetic kind of work because they said, what is written shall come to pass. There's nothing that you can do that will stop it. So, are they fighting against what they think is inevitable, which is this destruction of the reality as we know it by science because of this merging of parallel universes? Or they essentially say that they think that at some point one parallel universe will exist and the other will cease to exist, and they want to make sure that the one that they occupy in the Fringe verse is the one that survives. Why does one have to survive and one not have to survive? That I don't understand. But is David Robert Jones and Loeb and them's goal to ensure the survival of this dimension, this universe? And if so, how do all these experiments that they're creating and testing ensure that? That's what I don't really understand. And where is the observer from? Because we saw him again in this episode, or I did. Y'all might have seen him in previous episodes that I just wasn't looking for him anymore because I forgot. He observes, but for who and to what end is he observing? Is a very fucking good question. Also, if Walter wrote this manuscript, then why does he not remember it? So it had to have been William Bell, right? I mean, I know there's things that Walter has forgotten, and there's multiple reasons that could have been. I mean, he was given a lot of drugs for 17 years that I'm sure mess with cognitive function and ability to remember things and all of that stuff. There's also the trauma of being locked up for 17 years and everything. But what if, because you guys know that I have to have a theory about Peter in like every few episodes. What if Peter is not of this dimension? What if he's from a different one? You know, I don't know. This was a really good episode, and I found it very fascinating. And the idea that they're bringing the fact that they're bringing the idea of a multiverse, parallel universes, all that stuff into the show is very fascinating to me. And I'm curious as to where they're going to go with it. I'm curious as to whether Walter or William Bell had anything to do with this. I'm really fucking curious to meet William Bell. Really curious. We've never... William Sorry, I just thought of something funny, which is I'm like, what if William Bell is actually Walter from another dimension? But why would he be in this dimension? I don't know. You guys, I'm just thinking of things. I want to go back and like listen to the quote that Walter read to them real quick. So give me a second, and I mean, I'll edit it, but yeah, I want to see if that quote is gonna reveal something to me. Okay, so I just re-listened to Walter's quote excerpt from the book, and he said, you know, it's one of many universes, so that answers that question of me not remembering if they were saying it was just two. So multiverse does indicate multiple verses. And he said, like, you know, you can already travel between them, beings much like us whose history is slightly different. Negative aspects of such visitation will be irreversible to our world and theirs. It will begin with a series of unnatural occurrences, difficult to notice at first, but growing like a cancer until a simple fact becomes unworkable. Then, you know, only one's going to survive. So is what's happening in season 1 of Fringe the series of unnatural occurrences that are difficult to notice at first, but that keep growing? But the thing is, all of the things that have happened have been unnatural but explainable by scientific standards. You know what I mean? So is that truly considered like unnatural? It's not, well, I guess it doesn't say supernatural. It doesn't say like something existing outside of nature. So I guess probably. But when it says a simple fact becomes undeniable, only one world will survive, and it will be either be us or them. And if there's multiple universes, why are only two going to be battling it out, right? Is it because the one universe out of these multiple ones is like ours but more advanced? So they're the threat, maybe? I don't know. This also makes me question if the Observer is from the other universe. This also makes me question if... So whoever wrote this, Walter, William Bell, presumably had some interaction with somebody from another universe at some point in order to theorize this and then sort of seem so sure of this theory. You know, scientists usually, you know, hypothesize, and then they need evidence for it to become a theory, and then, you know, all that stuff. So Walter is a scientist first and foremost. So he would need corroboration. He would need evidence. He would need proof if he's the one who wrote this. And presumably, since William Bell is also a scientist, he would need the same things. So regardless of whoever wrote it, then it's still, the point still stands. Like, there's some sort of corroboration. Somebody had to have met somebody, known somebody from an alternate universe, parallel dimension, whatever. I just don't know who or what or when or how or why. You know? Also, Walter says that the consequences of using the teleportation machine aren't death, but something far worse. Right? He said something far worse. Again, I'm gonna scrub through and just make sure that's what he said. Okay, he said it does something unthinkable, but it doesn't kill you. So maybe it sends you to another dimension, or a parallel universe, which is what I was kind of theorizing. I don't know. As you can see, I'm just saying stuff. I'm probably gonna stop rambling at you guys pretty soon though, because I don't know. I think I need more points of data. I need more information in order for me to fully form a fleshed out theory as to who, what, when, where, why, all of that stuff, you know. I think it's also worth mentioning that Peter stayed with Olivia. You know, I don't know if he thought that she could actually do it. I don't know if he was just willing to die if she didn't, but the fact that he was willing to stay with her regardless is, you know, it just makes me happy. It just makes me happy. I really enjoy Peter as a character, and I need to know more. I need to know more. I need to know more, and I need it right now. I'm not going to get it right now, but I need it right now. All right, you guys, I think that is all that I'm going to say about this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. You can also watch the entire full-length reaction to this episode, as well as the next episode right now over on Patreon, which is linked in the description down below. I will see you guys soon for the next episode of Fringe. Until then, bye guys.